Free yourself from prying eyes. Ask privately with Duck.ai. Visit Duck.ai to chat privately with ChatGPT, Claude, and other AIs for free, all in one place. Duck.ai is from DuckDuckGo, but AI is private and optional.
Rich Rising, welcome in, welcome in.
Now at Whataburger, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap for $3, 5 premium wanted chicken bites for $4, or bacon cheese Whataburger Junior for $5. Add fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a Whata deal at Whataburger. Download the app.
So most purchase today. Sectional and also a dining room table. I ended up getting some bar stools and nightstands. We have a coffee table and
the water spirits. The water spirits. Okay. It feels strong. Ooh, see that? I need to change my water anyways. Give me just a moment. Seven of Pentacles. I'm hearing that song by what's her name? Glorilla, Let Her Cook. And I was picking up on a vision also as well. There's something significant about you envisioning yourself with a life, a particular life here. A manifestation is significant at this time. Are you bringing your vision into reality is what I'm picking up on. Are you bringing this particular vision into reality? Something to be significant about blackjack also as well. Blackjack could be significant. Spades, the Ace of Spades. Kate Spade, Kate Spade could be significant. The Ace of Spades.
No matter the weather. Reliably powered, reliably informed.
Ace of Spades. Something significant about that. I got the chills. Something significant about the Ace of Spades.
Clear the way. It's time for the big bang.
Who's a card game player? 1010 as I look up. 1010. Who's a card game player? Who knows about, like, I don't know what spades. I don't know how to play spades. Yeah, you guys can revoke my black card. for that because they never taught me how to play spades, okay? Chariot also as well. I like cards, but I don't know how to play spades, only blackjack. Okay, is there something significant about like the ace of spades? Huh, that's interesting. This video game has like, it's Marvel. Marvel Rivals. But it was in a scenery of Egyptian. It was an Egyptian scenery. It's okay. They didn't teach me that. Okay, literally. I don't know, something significant about the ace of spades, okay, child? Card games or something. Ace of wands. As I say that, ace of wands is here on the bottom of the deck. The chariot, six of swords. Ooh, someone's coasting through. I got the chills really bad. Someone's coasting through at this time. Like you may be going with the flow also as well here. Something new is coming. It's coming right directly to you. Also as well here. Yeah, 10 of wands. I feel like there's an energy here in regards to I feel like you just had to figure, yeah, ace of swords. Also a whole bunch of aces. You see this aces? All these aces. Ace of swords, ace of wands. I was like, something significant about the aces. Also as well here. Ace of spades. There's something, they keep saying something about that. Like something significant about the ace of spades. 848 also as well. 8 is significant. Today's the 8th. That's crazy. Hold on. Okay. There's a lot coming in right now. So today's the 8th. I just looked at the phone. It's 8:48. We got the aces. The aces keep coming out. The aces is directly from spirit, you know, also as well as directly from divine. So ace of wands, ace of swords, ace of cups, ace of pentacles, also as well. Let me see here. Okay, so the Ace of Spades is traditionally considered the highest and powerful card in a standard 52 card deck. So it's the highest card, all right, in poker, bridge, blackjack. It holds the highest value, okay? So there's something significant about you're holding a particular value here. And I feel like this has to do with like your energy, holding yourself at value, and this is why certain things are closing out. So I was picking up on the energy of kind of just like going with the flow. With the chariot here and the ace of wands, it's like maybe you had to figure out or realize that there were certain things that you couldn't control or certain things that you couldn't handle. You know, also as well here, so spirit's like, there's something where spirit took the surrender is what I'm picking up on. You surrendered. Shay. There's something significant about you surrendering some sort of energy here, and that's why exactly why it's moving is what I'm picking up on. So you had to surrender in order for this to come in. Yeah, it's like there's some sort of clarity is what I'm picking up on. Familiar faces, faces. What's this cycle ending? What's this energy ending here at this time? Something could be significant about tax fraud, also as well here. someone may be getting money back also as well. There's some money coming in for somebody who went through some sort of tax fraud. Maybe you didn't get a tax return because of this. It's significant. This could be due to like claiming dependents or dependents being claimed. Could be significant. There's some sort of investigation. Show me what else. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. What did I say? Someone got some money coming back in. All right. Someone took a loss on money and your money's coming back in regardless. This doesn't have to be just a tax fraud, but that was something that I was picking up on. But it doesn't have to just be tax fraud. There is someone who took a loss on money and your money's coming back in stability. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Confirmation. Something significant about you went through a portal yesterday. 7-7 portal. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Someone went through a portal yesterday through the 7-7 portal. All right. 2-2 as I look up also as well. So 2-2-2 could be significant. Seeing double numbers also as well as seeing mirror numbers. So seeing doubles, seeing mirror numbers also as well as significant. There's a particular hematite, I think is what it's called. Hematite or something. Hematite stone that someone may be working with or need to work with. I got the chills. Yeah, hematite here. Hematite. It strengthens your connection to the earth. Strengthens your connection to the earth, makes us feel safe and secure, creates healthy boundaries and energetic boundaries. Energetic and emotional boundaries. So hematite connects you with the earth also as well. It's a grounding and protection. Grounding and protection stone. I have one of those. It's probably in my other, what's the name? But I also have like a hematite ring. So they have like hematite rings also as well. I need to start wearing that. It helps with you boosting your self-esteem also as well. It helps also overcoming addictions. Helps you with overcoming addictions and assist in accepting mistakes or crucial growth. And also increased focus. Yeah, Ashe. So it'll help you with focus, also accepting the mistakes that you have also as well. All right. Familiar faces, face. I keep hearing that song. I think she wants that word. Got makeup on her shirt. Follow me. Trying to make the word. Familiar faces though. Familiar faces, familiar spirits also as well. There can be certain people that this is going hand in hand with the dream that I had yesterday when I was napping about familiar faces, familiar spirits also as well. Oh, I got the chills. Hummingbirds are significant. Flamingos are significant. So maybe going to the zoo. You know what? I was getting led to go to the zoo also as well. But I don't like the zoo. I do not like the zoo. I don't like the energy. I don't like seeing the animals like in that type of state. But the reason why I was getting led to go to the zoo this time was so that my presence could be there, my aura, my energy, like the healing energy for the animals. So that could be significant for some of you also as well, to where you may be drawn to go be in certain spaces, places that you may not even want to go also as well. It's like you may not even want to go those places, but it's like you're being led to go there for a reason. It's kind of like they're referencing the energy surrounding like Jesus. You know, it's like, okay, Jesus was a prophet. Jesus went to heal the lands of those that were sick, you know, or go to the lands that was in poverty, or the rough lands, you know, things of that nature. So you may be getting drawn to go to certain spaces so that you can help, your energy helps heal that area. Is significant. But this is after a period of time where you understand your own energy. All right. Hold on. I need some water because them birds is loud as hell. Okay. But there's something significant about after you have understood your own energy, is what I'm picking up on. Just so that you don't get into a space to where you're overextending, also as well with your energy, in these particular spaces. And so that you don't get drawn in, you're understanding more so of the purpose of being there, is what I'm picking up on also as well.
I'm kidding. Look.
Why do you do this to him?
Give me just a moment. I need to regulate my energy. Spirit keeps showing me somebody, or some people that I don't fuck with, that keep watching me. Um, and they think that they don't know that I know that y'all be watching me. And y'all probably don't watch me from the inside because you know I can see if you're watching me from the inside. Y'all watch me from the outside. And it's really weird because you know I don't fuck with you. But I feel your presence also as well. So I know that you're around. I can feel it. And not only that, I see you. So just so you know, I see you and I know who you are of watching me on the outside of the screen or on a little fake page. But it never goes unnoticed. So to think that you are invisible to me is kind of insane. Okay? Kind of insane. All right? I'm not the type of person that really wants, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, if they're haters, let them watch. You know, I'm just not that type of person. I don't want y'all on my shit at all. Okay? Like, I don't want y'all to look at my shit. I don't want y'all seeing my shit. I don't want you in my presence. I don't want you around my stuff. Like, I want you far away, not even in my reality. You know, I prayed for you guys to not be in my reality or for me to be in y'all's reality at all. But, you know, people get to being weird, and be so pressed about you. But I'm not the type of person that will keep people on my page, you know, on some hater type shit. I'm gonna delete you. Okay, in fact, I might even block you. All right, but I'm just not that type of person. I'm not the type of person to follow people, you know, that I don't like. You know, also as well, I'm not gonna follow somebody I don't like. I'm not gonna keep tabs on somebody I don't like. I'm gonna completely take you out of my reality. You're non-existent. You don't even exist. Okay. But for some reason, y'all continue to like to exist in my reality. And it's so weird. My biggest pet peeve is fake ass people. That's my biggest pet peeve. I can't stand a fake ass motherfucker. Oh my god, that's my biggest pet peeve. So, you know, and I feel like that's definitely an Aquarius thing, or it's really just someone who's a realist, you know, a realist thing. We cannot stand. That's our biggest pet peeve, is being around fake ass, weird ass people. All right, like, people like to be around that. All right, I know the other fake people, they love to be around that type of energy, to where it's like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Oh shoot. So it's just, I can't be around that energy at all. It bothers my soul. Okay, exactly. It bothers my soul. Like, my spirit is gonna be like, ew, get us out of here, we gotta go. Y'all trick y'all, bitch. Okay, get off my jock, ho. Yeah, that song could be significant. By Glorilla, and a lot of Glorilla music, but Glorilla and Lotto. You know, it'd be the same people that they try to critique you, and it's like they'll watch you and then they'll be like, well, she ain't even all that. She don't even know what she's talking about. She da 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 da. And it's like, why would I want you on my page when I feel that energy? Like, that's annoying. Like, that's annoying. Like, why would I want that around? And Spirit lets me know every single time. Every single time. Like, if you don't like what you see, then stop watching. Like, that makes so much sense. Like, to stop watching if you don't like what you see. But the thing is they actually really like what you see, and then that's when you start to having copycats. You start to having people that copy your energy. You know, also as well, it's like, oh, she doesn't wear clothes that she needs, like, she doesn't dress this way, or I can't stand what she looks like. And then whole time they start dressing like you. And then whole time they start trying to talk like you. And then whole time they try to mimic your energy. And then whole time they're over here learning from you and acting like they're not learning from you. Like, it's just so weird. They can't help that they're intrigued. Exactly, they're intrigued. They can't help it. But it's just like, ugh, it just like, ugh, it makes my skin crawl, okay? It's like your little gnats, like little flies, little gnats, little roaches, all right? It's like little roaches that don't never fucking leave. I've been friends with so many people in here, but they start competing. That's exactly why I don't be making no friends on here, okay? Like, I just don't. At some point, you know, but I just, especially with the spiritual community got really messy. Like, really messy, and I'd rather stay myself away from that, okay? Yeah, they're roaches, okay? Little roaches. But yeah, especially the spiritual community. And that sucks because, you know, we supposed to be packed in together. But it got real messy out here. And I don't relate. I don't relate to messy, weird ass shit. And you know, one of the other things that I don't get in regards to certain spiritualists is they'll make their whole content about other spiritualists. Like, why make your whole content about other spiritual people when you could be teaching spiritual things? Why continue to, it's like, it's the ones that be like, let me read this person to filth and da 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 da, and I'm just like, like, you know, people love drama. That's exactly why they bandwagon with you. Like, that's exactly why. Because people love drama. People love seeing people getting read to filth or whatever the case may be, you know, with the drama. So, of course, they, you know, like, that shit is weird. Exactly. True spiritual folks do not compete. I'm leaving you with some of my alluring energy, okay? Period. But yeah, I just don't like when people center that, like, around other spiritualists. Like, every once in a while I'll talk about, you know, how I'll see certain spiritualists doing certain things, but I'm not going to center my page surrounding those people. Like, I don't know, that just raised a red flag for me. What about y'all? How do y'all feel about that? Because that raised a red flag for me. Like, I treat people how they want to be treated, but the moment I feel them trying to compete, I'm out. Exactly. And then they swear they ain't trying to compete. They swear. I'm the same way. Everyone does it different. No need to judge on how people connect. And see, that's another thing. Like, some people, you know, some people are attracted to different types of spiritualists because that's the pathway that you're supposed to go, or that's the pathway that you might are meant to learn something from that person, and then you may veer off and go a different way, you know, also as well. But I don't know, some of these people be weird. Now, there is some things that I just completely don't agree with, you know, also as well. Like, people doing love spell magic on people, all right? I completely don't agree with that. You know, because you're going against people's free will, you know, also as well. So I don't agree with that type of shit. Or hexing people. I don't agree with hexing people, things of that nature. You know, when it comes to people hexing people, to my thing is like, what makes sense to me is if we are reading about particular hexes that was done to our bloodline, you know, centuries ago, and we're still trying to break those hexes that was done to our bloodline centuries ago, why would you want to hex somebody's bloodline? Like, that's just, how does that make sense? You know, because it's like, it's not just always that person that's going to have to deal with that. That's also possibly their kids' kids, you know, that may have to deal with that also as well. Like, so it's like, what's the point in doing that? You know, also as well. And what makes you think that you have the authority? And it's like, you know, it's interesting though. That's all I'm gonna say. One of the things that Spirit was telling me last night, I wrote this down in my downloads, is those that have been high ranked, that may have a high ranked spiritual sense or spiritual energy, they're high ranked in the spiritual realm, you know, you're gonna have a heavier sentence. You're gonna have a heavier sentence when you misuse your gifts. So that's what I'm saying. There's some people that they're high ranked in the spiritual. You have authority, and so you have authority to do these things, but it doesn't mean that you're supposed to do it, because it's kind of like being sworn in. So when you think about it, you know, when you think about spiritual court versus kind of like the physical court, the physical court, you know, when you have a particular policemen, or, you know, people that are first responders, or when you have what's it called, judges and things of that nature, you know, they're getting sworn in to, you know, to pretty much, you know, tell the truth, nothing but the whole truth, and then also abide by the actual laws. So it's like when you have spiritual court, and when you have spiritual what's it called, you know, laws and things of that sort, you may have the hierarchy, but you also have to follow the rules. You have to follow the, you know, the what's it called, the laws of the universe, you know, also as well. So it's like, you know, so for the ones that be having that hierarchy in the spiritual realm, and they're like, yeah, I got authority, blah blah blah, but was you meant to do that sentencing though? Like, that's the thing. It's like, did you have the authority to do that sentencing on someone's bloodline or on someone's pathway? You know, things of that nature. And that's where some of them are getting caught up at. Because it's like, you may have the key, you know what I'm saying, but it's kind of like somebody who uses their power and their authority in their own manner, in their own way, by doing it however they want to do it. That's pretty much what's going on. That's exactly what Spirit was showing me last night about that, and that's why a lot of people are getting karma for that, also as well. And you know, when it comes to those karmic loops, also as well, you may not have karma in this lifetime, but you may have karma next lifetime. Like, that's another thing. You know, it's like we come into this lifetime paying for our dues that we did in a past life. So what makes you think that, and I feel like some people just don't care because it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to remember my lifetime, so I can do it in this lifetime. I'm not going to remember what I'm going to do, you know, or what I did in the last lifetime because of the new lifetime that I'm in. So I feel like people are just really careless about it. Neptune is going into retrograde also as well. There's a lot of planets that's going into retrograde. But considering Neptune going into retrograde, you know, that is revealing the illusions. That's revealing people that have secret animosity, things of that nature towards you. So you'll start seeing that also as well. And then we have Saturn going into retrograde also as well. So a lot of masks are getting stripped off right now. So pay attention with these next few months. Oh, I got the chill so bad. Pay attention within these next few months of what you're starting to see with people. Even spiritualists, you know, also as well, seeing the masks fall. You're going to see them fall. All right. So there's something significant about that. Also, people that are just around you, you're going to start seeing those fall. Also as well, the mask is going to slip. You got to pay attention. Thank you for the heart, me. And I've even warned them all prior. Happy Wednesday. All right, clearing the energy. I'm hearing that song, deck the halls of la 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 la. Deck the halls, okay? Jingle bells. Jingle bells. And Spirit is petty. All right, show me what the collective needs to know at this time. Show me what the collective needs to know at this time. I'm going to split it up real quick. All right. I've been on here for 30 minutes. So I'm going to split it up, do the masculine message and then the feminine message real quick. If anyone wants to get a personal reading, the link is in the bio, Cash App, and the PayPal. The list is open. It's $25.25. All right. All right. Show me the energy for the masculine energy. Show me the energy for the masculine energy. truth and creativity. Show me the energy for the feminine energy. Show me the energy for the feminine. Show me the energy for the feminine. Honoring your energy and perception. All right. Bottom of the deck is transformation. All right. So both Perla, I got your payment. Transformation for both. All right. At this time, for the masculine and for the feminine. All right. There's transformation going on for both at this time. You'll be first on the list, Perla. But so masculine energy, truth, and creativity. You're going through transformation at this time here, masculines, for you speaking your truth, you honoring your truth at this time. All right, this is going to bring your creative flow. This is going to bring that flow, that those things that you're manifesting. We was talking about in the beginning of the live in regards to creativity surrounding visualization. So the things that you're visualizing, you're having certain flash forwards, visions, things of that nature. You're imagining this energy surrounding you having a particular lifestyle, also as well as what I'm picking up on, or you being in the space of this peace that you are, yearning for is what I'm picking up on. So someone could be 39 years old, also as well as 38. Someone could be in their 30s, could be significant. But this is you honoring more of your truth nowadays. So it's like, I feel like this energy for you masculines is, where in certain areas have you been lying to yourself? Also as well, where have you been lying to yourself in this particular energy? All right. And this is what's been blocking off your parts of your chakras here. There's something significant about you always outsourcing yourself to where you don't insource yourself, and that may not be a word, but we're going to use that as a word today, okay? But it's something about you continuously outsourcing yourself to where you don't have enough energy for you to actually create, so it's like that's a manifestation. So you're giving all your energy out to where when it's time for you to build on something, when it's time for you to create something, when it's time for you to be like, okay, let me get a game plan. Let me figure out what I got to do. You're drained. You're drained at this point. So it's like, you have to learn to honor your energy also as well, which is going along with that feminine energy. But you got to also learn to honor your own energy, all right, also as well. So the way this is split up is what I'm picking up on. This, it's the masculine energy and the feminine energy that we're picking up on right now. But the way this is some of you feminines may resonate with the masculine energy. Some of you masculines may resonate with the feminine energy. All right, it just all depends on what energy you exude more at this time. All right. Also, what I'm picking up on with the masculines is there's something significant about birds. There's also something significant about you seeing the truth in people also as well. So I was just talking about how Neptune, Saturn, things of that nature, that Neptune going in retrograde, you're going to see the things that you're meant to see right now, all right, in regards to the people that have that false illusion towards you, all right. So pay attention for these next few months. Next month in particular is significant, August, all right. Thank you for the heart, me. But next month in particular is significant in regards to something that you may see, and also this month. But there's something very highlighted about next month. It's significant is what I'm picking up on. I feel like this has to do with Leo season and that Lionsgate portal. I think we have the solar eclipse also as well. That's in that with next month also as well. There's a lot of portals next month. So there's something significant about, confirmation. There's something significant about certain portals that you're meant to go through to timeline jump to get you to the place that you're meant to be, and it's going to speed up a little bit for somebody. All right, so it may speed up a little bit. You might be kind of trying to push the brakes a little bit because I'm seeing someone kind of like, it's kind of like giving Cruella de Vil. Okay, you know what Cruella de Vil is like, and she's like speeding, and she's like going lunatic type of energy. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing you kind of trying to put like the pedal on it, like trying to control like the brake and things of that nature. But it's like Spirit's like, nah, speed up. All right, you've been going slow. We've been having slow coming out for a while in the collective. So like I said, I've been talking about how somebody's been moving very, very slow. And it's like there's times and periods of times where you're being called to move slow, and there's times where you're being called to move faster. Also as well. It just depends, or just have the momentum. The momentum of something. It doesn't mean that you gotta impulsively move sometimes. Sometimes you just need to have a steady momentum, to where you're kind of just still going, but you're not moving super slow. All right, is what I'm picking up on. You can be seeing 12-12 also as well, masculines, at this time. 12-12 and 11-11 and 2-2-2. Ones and twos is very significant. Being on your P's and Q's. Ones and twos. Being on your P's and Q's. You're going through a spiritual test here of enlightenment at this time. Awakening. The ego is breaking. And I don't usually like to say that either, because the ego is very useful also as well. But there's something significant about you stepping more into this higher self. More than anything is what I'm picking up on, because you may have like a bruised ego is what I'm picking up on. Show me what else here for the masculine. Show me what else here for the masculine. The masculine energy. List is open. All right, if you want to get a personal reading, there is 2 spots open. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. 2s are very significant. 2 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords also as well here. All right. And it's interesting because they were showing me the turtle. The turtle and the hare. That particular race also as well. Slow and steady wins the race, but also, like I said, there's a point in time where you're needing to. This is interesting because with the slow and steady wins the race, but there's something significant about your momentum. It's too slow for somebody. All right, not everybody, but for someone it's too slow is what I'm picking up on. Okay, so there's something that they're showing me. How it's like, it's like someone has like they're doing like the handshake or whatever, and then it's like down low, like too slow, type of energy. Like it's like something's here, but it's like if you move too slow, it's gonna take them back from you. Is what I'm picking up on. And then you gotta wait for the other opportunity to present itself. It's not saying that you don't have opportunities, but there's an opportunity that's presenting itself that is like here, all right? Spirit's like, you gonna take it or not, all right, type of energy. And if you ain't gonna take it and you gonna keep on playing with this energy, too slow, all right, type of energy. Now you gotta wait a whole nother cycle or a whole nother year or whatever the case may be for this particular opportunity to come back around. That's possible, all right, is what I'm picking up on this energy. Someone could be fishing. There's 2 people in general that you're needing to see clearly on at this time here for you masculines. All right. Show me what else here for the masculines. It's like, it's kind of giving like main energy around you. The main people that you talk to is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, 3 of Cups. I'm telling you. 3 of Cups fell into the 2 of Pentacles. Like I said, there's 2 people in particular. There may be a group of 3 or a group of people, but 2 people in particular that you keep like right here. That's something that's significant about this truth being set free. In regards to what you need to see about these particular people. That's why I said between now and August, this mask is already being revealed. So it's going to keep getting stronger. All right. So it's like you may already kind of see it. You may already kind of see in regards to these particular people of, what's been falling off this mask, but you're like, I'm still not sure. Sometimes this is, and that's okay, because when there was times when I was observing, I'm a big observer. So if I see someone kind of acting out a particular type of way, or I pick up weird vibes on them, I don't automatically delete them. I don't automatically be like, yep, you're out of my life. You know what I'm saying? It just depends, also as well, unless it's very loud. But sometimes if it's settled, sometimes if it's like I'm like, I'm just going to pay attention because I don't know if I'm tripping or not, you know, because, you know, we still be in a space to where we think that we be tripping on the things that we actually be seeing, okay? So I be waiting it out a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to give them a little bit of time. You know, I'm going to give a little bit of time for you to continue to show your hand because they're going to continue to show their hand. So this is what I'm picking up on. It's like there's something that you know of some sort of truth, but it's like you're second guessing it. And so that's okay for now because you're going to continue to see it, okay? So it's like even if you don't see it now, you'll see it again, all right? Now you see me, now you don't. It's significant. What's that movie? All right, exactly, okay? Now you see me, now you don't. That movie by Morgan Freeman, I believe. Someone's in and out of your energy for somebody here. Houdini type of energy. Is what I just heard. Now you see me, now you don't. Wait, there's a new movie that came out yesterday or last year about that. Now you see me, now you don't came out last year also. I didn't know that. Huh. Anybody know about that? That came out last year also as well. Oh, it's the second one to the first one? Oh. I didn't know that. Now you see me. What is this movie about? Okay, here we go with the Four Horsemen. It says about the Four Horsemen, a group of illusionists who perform elaborate magic, shows that cultivate in robbing corrupt individuals and giving the money to their audience, all while being pursued by the FBI. Here goes that Four Horsemen energy. A group of illusionists. All right, there's something significant, but not the second one. Illusionists. Ooh, I've been talking about this. I've been talking about someone who did. What did I just say? Neptune just went into retrograde or is going into retrograde, and Neptune has to deal with also illusions energy. You know, also as well dreams, things of that nature. So, like I said, something's being ripped off here for you to see the illusion, to see the mask at this time. I'm hearing, don't worry about it, sweetheart, okay? Don't worry about it, sweetheart. All right, type of energy. Like, there's something significant about your spirit team has been showing you something, and it's just like, don't worry about it. We're going to show you even more, okay? One of the things that, you know, especially, and see, the thing is how I was reflecting on this is when I was in the mix with people that were wearing a mask, people that was, you know, fake, things of that nature, the more you become in tune with your spirituality, the more you become awakened to paying attention to what is the truth and what's not the truth, you're opening yourself up. You're opening that third eye. So when you're becoming more aware. So your awareness is starting to pay attention to what is not real. So when it comes to that, you may have seen things with these people to where it's like you didn't even think of that. You know, I was like, I didn't even think of that would be that type of person. You're not even thinking about if this person's fake or not, because this has been someone who you've been so close to or you've been so loyal to or whatever case may be, but there's been those little trickles. You know, it's like, why did they do that? You know, it's like, why they say that like that? Why they look at me like that? You know, but then you'll brush it off like, whatever. That's just who they are, you know, type of energy or, you know, things of that sort. But when you start opening yourself up to awareness more, that's when you start being like, you start to observing that, like, and then you start picking up on the pattern. You start picking up on the pattern, like, this has happened more than one time. This has been 3 times now. This has been 4 times now. This is who this person is. And it's like, and you decide if you are comfortable with that person being that around you, or if you're not. When you're going through your healing path, you don't like to be around the things that you already pretty much conquered, you know, unless you're trying to help out in those spaces, because you get to feeling uncomfortable. That's why there's times where I don't even want to be around certain people, because it doesn't feel good, you know, to literally be seeing the shit that's going on and having the awareness. And I'm just like, and then trying to help people through that because you see their trauma or you see certain things, and it's like it makes you uncomfortable being in those spaces. That's where we get to being in those spaces of vibration, you know, higher vibration, lower vibration. You don't like to really kind of kick it with those people that are down here as much anymore. You know, that's when you look at also when it comes to, you know, billionaires. You know, billionaires usually hang out with other billionaires, people that have money, you know, because there's some sort of value there that they receive by having money, you know, and that goes into a whole nother rabbit hole also as well. But that's significant, all right? So it's like now that the mask is being shown, now that you've been actually doing things to heal certain versions of you that was once a trauma bond in those particular areas, it's shifting for you to be in a different space now, to where you can no longer tolerate those type of things around you. You know, when it's like, you know, when you have been addicted to something for so long, for instance, say you had like that's why sometimes you got to take a tolerance break, you know, or you fast or take a break from certain things. So for instance, someone smoking weed, right? Smoking that Mary Jane. You know, when you smoke every day, all day, like I'm talking about the ones that be waking up, wake and bake. You know what I'm saying? They gotta smoke before they eat every single time. It's like you can't even just go eat some food. You gotta smoke every single time before you eat. Like you can't even just go eat. Like what? You know, I'm talking about them, all right? No shade, no shade. But you know, it's like you gotta smoke before you eat. You know, then it's like I gotta smoke before. I had a cousin like this. It was so funny. It's like I gotta smoke before I go to sleep. I gotta smoke when I wake up. I gotta smoke before I eat. I gotta smoke before I get on the road. I gotta smoke before. I'm like, God damn, shit. Give your lungs a break, okay? Your lungs is over there struggling, okay? But you know, those people don't necessarily, you know, they don't really feel the weed. You know, you're not really feeling the high like you used to because you're so used to inhaling it all the time. To where now you're just, it's kind of your body's shaping to be immune in it. You know, it's kind of like also, you know, our body is so intelligent, it's so crazy because, you know, the fact that we're not even supposed to be eating these processed as foods and the things that we're eating, but our body has become so immune to certain things to where it's like, okay, it's going to take me a while to break this down. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what my body usually takes. But at this point, girl, you eating crab legs every week and it's hard for me to break this and process this down, but shit, I'm used to it at this point, okay, with your body. So it's like, you know, when you become so used to certain things, you start to mold and shape to be in that, you know, also as well. So that's significant also as well at this time. All right. I just lost my train of thought and where I was going with that. Oh, so there's something significant. So when you pull back from that, you know, also as well, you sometimes don't have the tolerance for it as much anymore. So for instance, someone who's been sober, you know, they stopped drinking, they've been sober for like, you know, some years. And then it's like they casually take a little drink and it's like sometimes they're like, damn, I don't even know if I really fuck with this anymore, you know, in regards to this particular drink. Because you have decided to take your tolerance back from having so much of it to where you have less of it. And then when you have less of the things that you tolerated at one point before, you get to deciding, is this really serving me or does it not serve me? What direction did it take me? What actions did I have when I was with this particular, or had this particular energy attached to me, that bond, you know, that trauma bond. You know, also as well, you get to heal in that energy. Then you want things that are healthier, you know, also as well. So it's like, one thing about it is I've been vegan-ish, all right, presbyterian because I still eat fish, but vegan-ish, presbyterian, whatever the fuck, all right, no meat pretty much, for like about, 4 or 5 years now. And so like every once in a while I'll go get me like a little pepperoni pizza or something because I'm craving it. But really that's about it, okay? I haven't had chicken wings or any of that nature in quite some time. And so, you know, someone like that, you know, sometimes their stomach ends up upsetting because you haven't had that type of meat in so long. You know, your body isn't tolerant to it, also as well. But yeah, so that's significant also as well at this time. So your tolerance, the things that you usually have tolerated in the past, is changing. All right, also as well, whether that's a relationship, whether that's, relationships as far as family, friends, romantic partnerships, or addictions, things of that nature, things that you put in your body, things that you eat, also as well. But the tolerance could be changing right now. It's like you don't want to tolerate certain things anymore. You know, when you've been in a space to where, because one thing about me, okay, one thing about me, I used to be in spaces where I was in abusive situations, and so it's like it was like arguments all the time. And it's like, and really, what I wasn't even trying to argue, okay? Like, I don't even like arguing. That shit gets annoying at some point, all right? So it's like, being around that, it's like, and then you'd be arguing about the same old shit that's not going to resolve anything, and it'd be pointless, okay? And it's just like, and it causes unnecessary stress. So, I was in those type of spaces, environments, and things of that sort. And so now that I've experienced being in a space of peace to where I'm like, I wake up and it's like, oh, type of energy, because it's like, it's nothing but peace around me. Like, I don't have to worry about someone talking about me, like things of that type of nature. Like, oh my God, it's like, it's completely no stress when it comes to that. So it's like, I don't even want to go back to that. Like, I don't even want to experience it. I don't want to see it. I like, child, what? All right. So it's just like one of those type of things. All right. So you're tolerating things different. All right. At this time here, masculines is what I'm picking up on. All right. Show me for the feminine. So the feminine at this time, your middle school days, your Five of Swords. What was that? Was that the Five of Swords? Yeah, Five of Swords. That fell into the Six of Swords. Also as well here for the masculines. All right. Competition. All right. Also as well. Could be significant. Self-sabotage also as well is what I just heard. But there's something significant also as well. We're moving on to the feminine right now. So honoring your energy and perception for you feminines at this time. All right. Balancing the yin and the yang energy also as well. Keeping yourself in balance. Also as well. Knowing when your energy is out of balance. Out of whack. Your energy is not balanced. Your intuition is going to flare up. Your emotional radars, things of that nature, your body, those signals, those intuition, women's intuition, that's going to, show up at this time. All right. So it's asking you, are you going to honor your energy, or are you going to continue to allow this energy to disturb your peace? Is what I'm picking up on. All right. At this time. And so that's telling you to call to self-love. All right. Call yourself to love at this time. Is what I'm picking up on. So some of you are getting directed to be in solitude, to isolate at this time for some of you feminines, because of the fact of you not honoring your energy, not having enough self-care, not having enough self-love at this time, and not just on the physical, but internally. So you're being called for the internal instead of just the external. You know how we like to, self-care, working on my skincare, trying to get my body right, get my nails done. This is where it's time for you to start going inward instead of worried about the materialistic, the things on the outside. Because, just because all glitters isn't gold, what I just heard, okay? It's like, we like to love to present ourselves on the outside, but there's a lot of people that are very beautiful, on the outside and things of that nature, but very ugly on the inside, all right? So there's something significant about that. And there's also something significant about you changing your perception and the way you see certain things. Is being around people that actually have healthier options, healthier things for you to see, healthier perceptions, also as well. When you're around people that keep you in spaces that are keep you dormant, also as well. One of the things that, there's no pretty much growth there. When you see a lot of women that click up and they be like, yeah, girl, what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And they all have the same mindset, instead of having that one friend that's like, girl, like, is you for real? Like, it's like you don't have that one friend in the group that's like, no, girl, you do not need to be out there doing that. Okay, please don't. Like, it's like you got to have that one friend that actually is real with you, instead of the ones that are all bandwagoning with each other and telling you that that's what you need to do. Okay, but there's something significant about that also as well. Is paying attention to your friend groups, paying attention to certain people that just want to agree with you because they want you to stay in that energy like them. Or that stagnancy, or that raggedy energy, that secret competition type of energy also as well. So that's significant at this time. Having your own mind, also as well as what I'm picking up on. Having your own mind surrounding you, around friend groups or even around a man. Also as well. That's where you honor your energy. All right. You know how you have certain women that will change their whole identity just for a man. And that's an insecure woman. That's someone who's not in her true energy. That's a wounded woman. So it's like if you're changing your whole perception, if you're changing your whole identity, also as well, so male centered, you're not honoring your feminine energy, all right, at this time. Show me what else here for the feminine. Show me what else here for the feminines. And one thing about it also as well, we're on the feminine, but it fell over here to the masculine energy with the death card. All right. So there's something about you transforming your wounded version of the masculine in you. All right. So some of you have been too much in this masculine energy, and this is where you're putting more of an, not necessarily an end, but there's something significant about you embracing more of the feminine energy or balancing it out, because we was just talking about the balance. So, when you are too much in your feminine or too much in your masculine energy, you're imbalancing your feminine type of energy. So there's something significant about you balancing this out, all right, within you being too much in that masculine energy, all right, for our feminine here. Yeah, High Priestess, intuition, all right, stepping into your intuition bag right now at this time here for the feminines. And Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is that kind of that energy of balance, also as well. It's that equal give and take. So there's something significant about you balancing out the scales and the perspective, and you honoring your energy at this time as a feminine at this time. Okay, nurturing back to yourself. That's what I'm picking up on. Fairies is significant. Butterflies is significant. Blue butterfly is significant. Some may have a blue butterfly tattoo also as well. Orange juice is significant. San Diego or California is significant. Range Rover is significant. Someone's name is Cynthia. Cynthia is significant. Cat. Someone's name is Cat. Someone's favorite holiday is Christmas. There's something significant about Cindy Lou, or maybe you dress up as Cindy Lou or something. Could be significant also as well. The Grinch Stole Christmas. That may be your decorations or something in your house when you do Christmas. Could be significant. I keep rubbing my knee. Someone could have bad knees. All right, your knees could be something's wrong with your knees. Could be significant. So root chakra is significant at this time. You could be holding yourself back out of fear is what I'm picking up. And there's certain fears you're holding yourself back in regards to particular. Your intuition is telling you this, but you are holding yourself back because of fears. Fear of being alone is what I'm picking up on also as well here. Yeah, confirmation. Someone's used to being around groups of people. You're used to having somebody there, whether this is a man or having a friend or whatever case may be. Sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith and try it. All right, because that's something that I grew up in also as well. I was grew up around a very close-knit family. I always had I wasn't someone who liked multiple friend groups, so I always had one or two female friends that I was hella close with. And then I always lived with somebody, also as well. I had a roommate, as far as a woman, or had a boyfriend, so it's like when I had to step out on being completely alone and letting go of my friends and letting go of the relationships that I was in and things of that sort, and pulling back from family, It was tough for a while because you got to really remain on your own self. You know, you got to isolate, you got to, you know, pay attention to your own energy, but that's where you honor your energy, because isolation is important. You know, and a lot of people don't want to isolate. A lot of people don't want to sit by themselves. They don't want to sit with their own thoughts, also as well. But this is the time where you are maybe being guided to sit with your own thoughts so that you can listen to yourself, instead of listening to everybody else, also as well. Significant. Yeah, Queen of Wands. This is where you take your power back. All right. Queen of Wands is very attractive also as well. She's very independent. Queen of Wands is very, she knows who she is. All right. Also as well. So this is where you're stepping into this energy to knowing who you are. All right. Also as well, here's what I'm picking up on. To where you don't allow anyone to shake that foundation of who you are of yourself. Here is what I'm picking up on. That's where you honor your energy. So accepting less could be significant. Someone accepting less or the bare minimum. Also as well, that's something that you may need to do some shadow work on. Because when you're accepting less than the bare minimum, you know, you're not really honoring your energy per se, because you're not necessarily, you know your value and you know your worth. You know, and sometimes that can create a scarcity wound to where you'll accept less because you feel like it's scarce out there. You know, for instance, it's like the dating pool is, you know, child trash, all right? There's a whole lot of stinky landfill garbage out there when it comes to the dating scene. But when you keep your mindset and your perception as in, you know, there's never going to be nobody out there because there's barely nobody that's good and things of that nature, you're not going to necessarily attract the actual real ones that are out there. The ones that men that are actually behind closed doors that are working on themselves and things of that nature. You have that mindset of all men ain't shit. And that's a problem with your perception, all right? It's a problem with your perception. Because all men is not ain't shit. There's a lot of men out there that are very healthy, also as well. Trust me, I came across a few, okay? And I was like, ooh, all right, ooh, all right, big zaddy, all right. But yeah, there's some out there, okay? There's some out there, and they, you know, so yeah, that's significant also as well as changing your perception in regards to not feeling like it's, you know, you're creating your own box for that is what I'm picking up on. All right. And then, you know, you got to believe in divine universe. You got to believe in the law of attraction and source energy, you know, because one thing about it is, you know, if you've been working on yourself and you have the heart and the purity that you have, what makes you think that your spirit team, you know, your guidance or your, you know, universe or God is not going to bring that person for you, you know, also as well. And then some people are just kind of not really meant to have a relationship in this lifetime, possibly also as well. So, you know, that can be the case also as well. All right. So that can be significant. Someone's connected with the moon and the sun. All right. We got the sun goddess and the moon goddess at this time. So you can be someone who connects with both of them. All right, also as well, there's something that you need to close out, all right, with the Ten of Swords. All right, let's see what's in the shadows here for the feminine. What's coming up for this retrogrades for the feminines? What's coming up with the retrogrades for the feminines at this time? I'm waiting for my true divine king. Ashe. Show me the shadow for the feminine at this time. Show me the shadow. I'm about to move on to my personals. All right, so link is in the bio if you want to get a personal reading. $25.25. The Cash App is in my bio on the PayPal. If you got Venmo or Zelle, I can give you that information. All right, but a mini reading is $25.25. There is 2 spots open if you want to get a personal. Show me the shadow energy that's coming up for the feminine at this time during these retrogrades. Show me the shadow. Intention, alchemy, manifestation, and avoidance. All right. What are you avoiding at this time? All right. That is blocking off your manifestations and this alchemy energy. So there's something here that you're not doing with intention. All right. You're being less intentional about the things that you are manifesting at this time. All right. It's kind of like just throwing it up in the air. just throwing it up in the air. Oh, I want this. I want, I need, type of energy. But it's like, well, what are you doing to get there? What's the intention that you're putting behind it? Also as well here, is what I'm picking up on. Because sometimes you may be avoiding this energy to where it's like you expect something else to do it for you. And that's how a lot of women, can be also as well, to where it's like we have been coddled for so long, coddled as children, coddled as, a society. We got to be honest about that. Also as well, a lot of people don't want to be honest about that when it comes to a lot of, females. But we've been coddled as a society to where we have wanted things all about ourselves, and not necessarily also being able to coexist and co-create also as well. All right, and some of that can also come out of bitterness. Also, it's like, well, this person did this, well, I kept on running into the same, well, that's why you got to go back into isolation. That's why you got to come back to yourself and honor your energy, also as well, because even though this person did this, you still allowed it to happen. You got to also point that finger back at yourself. Well, I stuck around for 10 years and and they still didn't change. Well, the first couple of years, maybe they had that mask on, but when it started getting to 5, 6, 7, whatever the case may be, you seen exactly who that person is. You just decided not to move around. That's just the truth of the matter. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be true with yourself, also as well. All right. Doesn't mean that you wasn't the victim in that situation, but that's when you turn to be the victor, in regards to you having honoring your energy and changing your perspective and when it comes to that. All right. But there's something significant about you putting more intention into the things that you start to avoid. All right. At this time, show me the shadow for the masculine during this retrograde. Show me the shadow for the masculine during this retrograde. One more. Hidden knowledge, all right? Truth. So it's like hidden knowledge, truth, wisdoms, experience, isolation also as well. Some of you masculines could be pulled into isolation also, all right? There's been a lot of videos I've been seeing in regards to a lot of men like going through it very strongly, also as well. And they're like, man, I don't know what I'm going through. And it's like a lot of emotions, because the emotions are coming up to the forefront. Because since you spent all this time suppressing it and pushing it down, and you're being in tuned and attuned to get into alignment here, it feels much more pressure. You feel more pressure because you kept on pushing it down. So it's like, when it's kind of like too much of something can also be bad. Also as well. When you keep on eating, you feed yourself, you keep, like, you're hungry, so you eat. So you eat, what I'm saying? But now you're getting to the point to where you're stuffed in your face. It's like, you're full. You can feel your stomach starting to get a little bit tight and everything of that nature. But you're like, man, it's just so good. I just want to keep on eating it, keep on eating it. You keep eating it, keep eating it. And then now you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have ate all that food. My stomach, it's like, oh my God, my stomach hurts. It's like, and it's like, now you have too much built up here. So it's like, and to the point to where it makes you feel very, you can feel nauseous, or just something in regards to you feeling very overly full, something, it causes disease in your body. All right. So it's like, that's exactly what happened with you suppressing your emotions, your feelings, or, the truth and things of that nature, is you suppress this all to where it has built up. And now it's all a built up type of energy just been festering there, and it's coming to the top, also as well. So now it's kind of like a volcano, also as well. It's kind of like, when a man is on semen retention, you ain't beat off in a while. So it's like it has all this buildup. When it comes to y'all spermicides, when you pull back from having sexual relations and you have that sperm buildup, you have a better chance of sperm count. You have a more of an explosion because you done held it back for so long. Now it's like you shooting blanks, because you always using it, what I'm saying, all the time. Or you get like a little bit of a cum that come out because you're always, coming everywhere. All right. So it's kind of like that, and it's kind of like also, like I said, that volcano, to where it's like all that lava was festering, and then until it erupts, and it's like everywhere, type of energy. That's what you're feeling right now for some of you masculines, is, the things that you pressure down to where it's coming to the surface. But this is all a learning experience. All right. And this is going to be, learned through isolation. Also as well, getting to know yourself, getting to be truthful with yourself, you know, also as well. All right, Ashe. Okay, shooting blades. But wisdom, experience, and hidden knowledge, and intuition, and clairvoyance, and focus. You know, you being in a space to where you're not focused, you know, you're focused on everything else but what you need to be focused on. You know, also as well. So this is what's bringing up to the surface for you masculines at this time. Isolation, why you're feeling alone. All right, isolation and why you're feeling alone. You could have multiple people around you. You know what I'm saying? You got people calling you on a regular basis. You got people calling you every day. You got, you know, this amount of hoes, you know, things of that nature, but you're still lonely. You got to ask yourself that question. Damn, you know, I can have the center of attention. Everybody want to be around me. Everybody calling me. God damn, I can't even get a break. Da da da. But for some reason, when you at home at night and that nighttime come and you still alone, you still thinking like, damn, there's everybody. I got people, but shit, it don't feel like I got people for real. You know, that's also what you're feeling. You're feeling like, damn, people don't really truly care about me, but you know, when it comes to them, they want me to be focused on them, you know, 24/7. So this is where you're getting this knowledge that has already been in you, but you have not been focused on it. You haven't been trusting your intuition. You haven't been paying attention to your intuition. That's where you balance out your feminine energy, all right, at this time. So there's something significant about that. All right, last messages for the collective. What answer do they need right now? What answer do they need right now? List is open. All right, I'm gonna close the list at 10:15. All right, but the list is open. There's 2 more spots open if you want to get a personal reading. It's 25/25. Ashe. Creator Earth. You can be an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right, someone could be an Earth sign here. This could also be you connecting with the earth for anyone that is here also as well. All right, you can be connecting more with the earth, getting more in tune with Mother Nature, getting back in tune with the Mother Spirit, you know, also as well as significant. This is also you grounding your energy, you know, also getting more grounded also as well here. Show me what else for the collective. You are the light. All right, you are the light here. Someone needs to step into their light. You're allowing your shadow of yourself, all right, whether that is that, you know, lack of intuition, you know, you not trusting yourself, the avoidant energy, things of that nature. You're allowing your shadow version of yourself to overshadow the light that you have. It's like you're a light to everybody. You're a light to people that are around you, you know, things of that nature. It's like they light up when you're around. They call you like, where the cousin at? The cousin that I always want to be around, you know, things of that nature. Or, you know, the person that always got the plans, the funny things, or whatever case may be, or the good things to say, the good advice, and blah, 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 or just you carry a good energy, you know, an abundant energy. And it's like, so you're the light, but it's like you're allowing your shadow version of yourself to overshadow the light of you. So that's when you start to having everybody outside of yourself seeing the light within you, and you're not seeing the light for yourself. There was a lot of people when I was in those dark moments of my life. I had a lot of people that would see my light. So they're like, man, you should model. You know what I'm saying? You should be a model. You're so beautiful, things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. I can see you on the TV screen, girl. I can see you in Hollywood. Da, da, da. You in little old, you know, my little city that I was in. You in little old, da, da, da. You need to be out there, you know. And I'm just like, oh, you know, really? Okay, type of energy. All right. And it's like people will see it before you can see it on yourself. All right, so you may be someone who encounters people that tells you that, like, you meant to do more. Like, what are you doing? All right, type of energy. That's spirit. That's divine. That's divine. That's your ancestors. That's the universe. That's the universe talking to you, telling you exactly who you are. But you still keep on rejecting who you are, and you're that light. Ashe? Integrate your knowing. Know who the fuck you are at this time. All right, is what I'm picking up on. Sage, I got your payment. But know who you are and walk in that energy is what I'm picking up on. All right. Last messages for the collective. Surrender, all right? It's on the bottom of the deck here. Surrender. All right, surrender to it. All right, focus, exploration. Come back and explore yourself. You know, it's okay to take some time off. It's okay to take a year off. Trust me, you ain't missing nothing. All right, there was times where I had that FOMO, all right, to where it's like, damn, I had been isolated for 3 years, had to, you know, not have sex for 3 years, things of that nature, and I'm like, I'm missing out on something. I want to go to the club, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. I'm looking at the club videos, and I'm like, I ain't missing nothing, for real, for real. So it's like, it's okay for you to take some time to yourself, because you're not missing out on nothing. You're not going to miss out on the husband or the wife or whatever the case may be. You're not missing out. All right, time is of the essence, but time is on your side when you change your perspective when it comes to that also as well. And then on top of that, you're wasting time of thinking that you're missing out when you're wasting time to get back to know yourself and explore yourself. So when you're continuously attracting the wrong type of people, the same type of energy, but a different font, you know, a different person, but it's the same energy, is because you're wasting time, you know, dealing with these particular people, and now you see years and years is going by, and you're like, damn, I should have been done left that person 3 years ago. I should have been done left that situation. I should have been done left that job. I should have been done started working on me. I should have been done. That's when that resentment starts to festering. So now you got resentment festering because it's like, damn, I should have did this. I should have this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right, but what you gonna do today? All right, Ashe? What you gonna do today? One last message. All right. Plant the seed. Plant the seed. All right. Nurture. Plant that seed, that prosperity. All right. We plant a seed today. All right. You coming into my live and hearing the things that you may have needed to hear today, planted that seed. You need to hear this today. All right, you need to hear a different perspective. You need to see something different on your timeline today. So this seed has been planted. Now you got to nurture it. Now you got to do something with it. Now you got to take the knowledge that you received here and do something with that knowledge. You know, also as well, add to it. Add to the knowledge. All right. There's something that you have to purify also as well. You know, for the seed to have a good environment to thrive in. You know, also as well here. All right. You know, when you are, you know, a woman is pregnant and, you know, she's like, you know, you're connecting with your body. You're connecting with this soul that you're about to bring into earth, right? You get to purifying things, all right, purification. You get to purifying things around you. Now you got to start sanitizing things. You know, now you got to get more Lysol, or you got to get more cleaning products, or you got to clean and sanitize the house now because you got a baby coming in. You know, so you got to prepare your environment. Now you're getting baby gates. You're getting little plug-in, little things to plug in the plug-ins, you know, so that the baby don't get to, you know, messing with the electrical wires and things of that nature. So you got to prepare for your environment that you're in for the seed that's coming in. All right. So what is it that needs purified in regards to this environment that you are planting for your manifestation? How can you nurture this energy? You got to give it the good energy also as well, but you also got to let go of the things that you know is not going to be good for this seed. Ashe? Ooh, child, that was a mouthful today, bitch, okay? All right, I release all the collective energy back to them, cleansed and purified and amplified to their highest light. I command back all of my energy, cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. Ashe. Welcome to those that are new. Hey, hello, how you doing? All right, thank you for those that have liked the live. I appreciate you. All right. Sent me gifts and shared the live. I appreciate you. And to the haters in the back, I hope you learned something, okay? Ashe. I'm going to move on to my personals. At this time, there is one more spot open. It's $25.25 if you want to get a personal reading. All right. Check out my spiritual store. Also as well, the link is in the bio. There is spiritual baths, spiritual scrubs, intentional candles, things of that nature. That is in my bio. All right, check that out. Thank you, Archie. Thank you. Oh, goodness. is what I just heard. Okay. Thank you, Jazz. Have a good one. All right. You got the power, okay? You got the power. I got the power. All right. Perla and then Sage. There is one more spot open. If you want to get it, 10:15, my list will be closing. All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good one. Y'all, there be some weird people in here talking shit. It'd be so funny. I really don't care. Peace and love, y'all. Have a good one.